Women's singles draw right here.
Women's singles draw. We could potentially see the Waters and Parenteau matchup on the semifinals. But starting us off, Waters and Judit Castillo. Haven't really seen too much of Judit, but she has had a lot of success in the past and a great mover.
Yeah, earlier in the year, we thought Judit Castillo would be a breakout player. Not so much lately. I expect Annalie to get by her pretty easily and run through this. Again, she's still my pick for the Triple Crown. I don't see a threat there, so we'll see.
Let's get right down to center court. Annalie Waters, Judit Castillo kicking us off this morning. Mish McMahon, Adam Stone with the call.
Cam, Matt, thanks so much. Yeah, Triple Crown number 30 on the horizon for that young lady right there. Annalie Waters at 17 years old. Thrilled to be alongside former top 10 pro Adam Stone, current general manager for the SoCal Hard Eights in Major League Pickleball. I'm Michelle McMahon, and here is first serve on the panel of Judit Castillo.
0-0.
7th overall meeting between these two. Judit Castillo yet to win a match over AL.
Side out.
And this has implications in terms of the race for Judit Castillo. A must-win situation for her to finish in the top 8. This return won't help.
Yeah, that's right. So, tall task ahead of her against the best player in the world, and she will need to continue to move through the tournament for the year-end finals to be an option for her.
Side out.
Nice battle from the baseline for Judit Castillo, originally hailing from Spain. Currently resides in Louisiana. 26 years old, just turned 26. Happy birthday, Judit Castillo. 2 days ago was her birthday. That transition shot from Annalie Waters to get her to the kitchen is lethal.
Yeah, the approach shot so good from Spain to Louisiana. What a journey.
A hard right turn events in the life of Judit Castillo.
Side out.
And really for me, Michelle, it's depth for Judit. So some of the times I've seen her struggle lately, it's been with some shorter shots, especially the balls earlier in the rally with the serve, the return, and the ground strokes.
Point.
It's been a long week for Judit Castillo. She's been here since last Thursday playing with her Major League Pickleball team. They made it to the quarterfinals. For the Vegas Night Owls just fell short of the semis.
I said depth, and all 3 of those shots within a couple feet of the baseline for Judit. Very nice combination, and follows in that last ball. Annalie can't come up with the passing shot.
2 players with incredible footwork, too. Both have strong soccer backgrounds. You can see it evident in their feet. Speaking of depth, Waters has that in her pocket, too.
Yeah, 3 inches inside the baseline. Fantastic. I'm not going to say Judit can match Annalie Waters, but she can get very close from a movement athleticism standpoint. Really comes down to the shot making.
Side out.
Nice shot there for Judit Castillo.
Shot making?
Yeah.
What did I say?
I heard you.
Yeah, fantastic, Judit. Sharp angle on the forehand side. Annalie Waters nowhere near.
Nice pressure again from Waters. She looks over to her bench.
Yeah.
Father Stephen clapping.
Yeah, beautiful job of doubling down over to the Judit Castillo backhand. Annalie had a big opening to the forehand side.
Point.
Deep for Castillo. These 2 last met in a semifinal in Southern California, the Orange County Cup. Annalie Waters swept Castillo 11-2, 11-4. Castillo ripping her line drives. It works to get to the kitchen.
Yeah, fantastic slice backhand volley just out of the reach of Annalie Waters.
2-2.
Great pressure from Castillo again with Waters on the close.
Yeah, and I would expect these patterns to continue, where neither lady just charging forward and attacking the kitchen line, sitting back, hitting a couple ground strokes, waiting for a weakness in one of their opponent's shots, and then coming forward.
Court break for Castillo and an immediate timeout called by Leigh Waters.
Timeout receiver.
2-point lead on the side of Castillo, and we're going to take a quick break to regroup as well. I
have bad bunions. Wish they'd disappear.
Lapiplasty.
Sup, future me. And no bunions. How?
Lapiplasty.
Lapiplasty corrects bunions at the source, meaning you're back in sneakers in weeks.
Lapiplasty.
Weeks! The future of bunion surgery is here. Learn more at lapiplasty.com. Risks include infection, pain, and loss of correction.
It was so good. Big target. Chris Humphries took it like a champ.
He did.
Into the net for Castillo.
Yeah, and coming out of the timeout, I am not surprised that Leigh stayed back. So when Leigh has come forward, she has given Judit Castillo a target to pass her, and Judit has found it. And also, some of those first and second volleys from Leigh have not been as crisp as we're used to seeing. It's nice to have that luxury of being able to come in when the situation calls for it, and the ability to stay back and just work the point with ground strokes.
3-4.
Inside out, and a beauty for Waters creeping up to the kitchen.
Yeah, this was definitely talked about on the timeout, as Leigh had, maybe not an awesome opportunity, but a couple decent looks to come forward, and she stays back. Judit decides to come in, and Leigh hurts her.
She came in that time early with a short return. For Sarah at the kitchen, Judit Castillo looking to pull ahead once more.
Side out.
Patient points from the baseline, to your point earlier. Waters hanging back. Gets the ball back too.
Yeah, and some varieties in net clearance as well. So the ladies are striking through some of the shots lower to the net, and also getting some shape, and that allows for more depth.
4-4.
Sometimes when you go for all power, the ball actually lands shorter in the court.
Ooh. Waters lost her footing. She's okay.
Side out.
Wow. More than okay.
It was very close on the baseline. I think I saw it long.
Oh, really? I thought I saw that well in.
But Leigh is not convinced.
I thought I saw that inside the...
No challenge.
I would challenge that.
4-4.
She has already used a timeout,
Yeah,
so
true,
maybe
good point.
that plays into the decision.
I thought that was... Yeah, but maybe my eyes deceived me too. Here's another look at him.
Point.
I think that's in.
Oh, baby, that's very close. Love that shot right there in the left-hand corner with the box. Man, that is close. And I think I might switch my stance and go with you, Michelle.
scramble from Castillo. Waters comes away with it.
And this is some legit ball striking from the back of the court. And it's part of what happens when you come inside, Michelle. We had some breezy, even some misty conditions at times yesterday. And now inside in the covered courts, the element's not wreaking havoc with that wiffle ball, and the ladies are hitting it clean.
More controlled atmosphere, no wind. Ooh, feathery touch. Gets that one out of reach from Castillo to tie it at 5.
A great deception from Leigh. Didn't go with the traditional backspin drop shot. Just looks exactly like one of her swinging volleys, except this one landing very short in the court. Great shot.
Reserve. 5-5. Side out.
Nice use of the lower body from Judit Castillo on that approach shot. Really got everything behind it. And Leigh, a decent look on the forehand side with that short angle. Just caught the net.
5-5.
Nice.
Side out.
Castillo frustrated with the pop-up chance.
And that was a little sneaky come forward there from Leigh Waters. I think Judit Castillo thought she was going to hang back at the baseline. Leigh adjusted her court positioning forward, and she was able to easily take that ball out of the air.
Oh,
Point.
it's robbed by the tape.
Like that middle approach from Leigh. Previous point, the same thing from Judit Castillo. These ladies just so good at the angles, and they can create. If you give them anything out wide, they can really create with more options to go up the line
6-5.
or sharp cross court.
Waters went to the middle on her way up to the kitchen that time. Castillo all over the angles.
Yeah, slight miss hit on the return from Judit Castillo. So I like Leigh following that ball
5-6.
forward to the kitchen line. But the pass from Judit was too good.
Side out.
Well-balanced points. Waters will take it back. Points at a premium early in match number 1. We've got 4 singles matches to start our coverage before we head over to mixed doubles.
Judit taking a
6-5.
good bit of time in between points.
Point. Timeout receiver, 7-5.
Little stroll to the bench for Judit Castillo, looking to stop play here as she has worked up a 2-point deficit after some really nice play from both ladies.
183.
On court. This has been a great battle, though. Judit Castillo has played very solid about midway through game 1.
Time in. 7-5.
And with those adjustments at the first timeout called by Waters, she's won 5 of the last 6 points. Ooh,
Point.
look out in the crowd.
Yeah, and yesterday, Leigh Waters, a comfortable win over Leigh Sleeth,
Yes.
a very solid singles player. And Judit Castillo was actually getting some
8-5.
tips on the break from Leigh Sleeth and Jaume Martinez-Vick.
Feathery drop to finish, and a beauty for Judit Castillo.
Great touch, great combination with the soft stuff and the overhead put away. Possibly that Spanish connection between Jaume and Judit. And we'll see Jaume Martinez-Vick in championship court here in a little bit.
Yes, we will. Judit and Jaume actually squared off against each other in Major League Pickleball as well last weekend. Bouncers got the win, but they had some fun camaraderie there. Wow, Wow, Judit Castillo all over the read. She's back within 2.
Yeah, really nice stuff from Castillo. 2 first volleys short in the court, and then able to finish on the next. Really nice. Anna Leigh, an explosive mover all the time, but sometimes it's good to move her forward and back as opposed to just side to side.
Yeah, it's a great point. And then she sends a laser beam to the corner to get the ball back.
Just a shotgun on the forehand side. It just sounds different, especially with the acoustics inside the cover courts.
Yeah, we're playing inside, I would believe, for most of today due to the rain conditions outside, but a great job by our crew to get us set up inside and outside. Beautiful finishing touch for Waters. Just swipes it back the other way. 9-6 lead now, game 1. Judit Castillo was tested in the round of 16, had to battle it out with Mary Brasha. Took the first 12-10 off Mary. Mary took the second 11-6, and then Judit finished it off 11-2 in the third. Waters gets the better of Castillo in a full scramble. Game point.
Yeah, a couple great gets from Judit Castillo. But just once Anna Leigh seizes control of a point, she almost never lets go of it.
Timeout receiver, 10-6.
Castillo should feel proud at least because Anna Leigh has ripped through her opponents typically in about 15 to 17 minutes, and right now it's been about 20 minutes in game 1. So that
game point, 10-6.
Great way to save a game point. Judit Castillo battling to take the ball back.
Yeah, and Anna Leigh looking for that drop volley short in the court, but that's an explosive mover on the other side of the net. You have to be careful with that one.
Point.
Into the net goes Waters. Castillo takes another.
Sneaky too. It's kind of a delayed come forward for Judit Castillo. Normally you hit that ball and charge forward. Judit waited a second, possibly throwing off Anna Leigh's rhythm.
Side out.
Just missed it. That was the right shot, though.
It almost looked like Anna Leigh laid off that first volley a little bit, and it almost cost her.
10-7. Point game.
That's why game point number 2, polished off by battling it out in the second game right now. Samantha Parker is the player that knocked out the 2 seed. Brooke Buckner, Texas-based player. Plays a lot of pride, made a deep run in Houston earlier this season, did Samantha Parker. Davidze has a couple of golds to her name. So catch it on the app, Pickleball TV, just launching Pickleball 360. You can catch it everywhere you look. 4 courts in action, and it's crucial to know what's going on in these progression draws.
Point.
Leigh Waters had to persevere in game 1 to take it. Rarely does she feel tested this early in the draw. Judit Castillo doing a nice job.
Point.
Spear counter from Anna Leigh Waters with more purpose.
Yeah, quick start for Anna Leigh, 2-0, and coming forward on both of those points.
2-0. Point.
Sailed it long, trying to get an edge on Waters.
The approach shots from Anna Leigh Waters just absolutely massive.
Just a towel.
Okay, and this is just going to be a towel situation, not a timeout for Judit Castillo. And I think what Castillo needs to try to do, and where she had the most success, of course, depth early in the point, but picking a good spot to come forward and then working in some of those short volleys and some of those drop volleys. She has the touch to use those.
Nice roll backhand to the corner for Waters.
And Annalie's mixed up her strategy multiple times. She was coming forward early in game one. It wasn't working. She stayed back, and now she has her foot on the gas again and looking to come to the kitchen line when she can.
What a kick just wide for Castillo. You feel the fight on the side of Castillo and Waters. It's like the bear has been poked. She didn't even lose game one, but she has risen her game that much higher in game two, Adam.
Yeah, and so Judit Castillo going to the towel just about 30 seconds ago, and now it's a full-on timeout at 5-0. But as I mentioned moments ago, just the ability to adapt to the situation multiple times in the same match for Leigh Waters. It's just really good and really nice, and I'm sure Leigh Waters has something to do with those adjustments. But to start game two, it doesn't really matter what she's going to do if her first ground stroke of the point is hit.
Time in.
There's back to serve. 5-0 here in game two.
Point.
And another one. Swiftly put away by Waters, picking the right time to close to the net.
Exactly right. Didn't wait for a second either. Hit that approach shot right up the line, and Leigh Waters tight to the kitchen line to finish with the inside-out forehand volley.
Point.
Deep on the return, heavy serve from Waters. That's something she really identified as a part of her game she worked on early this season, heating up that serve. And Castillo goes to drop it, which welcomes Waters into the net to go wherever she wanted.
Yeah, and Leigh was out here warming up with Catherine well before the match started, and she wasn't using a lot of variety in the serve, but she was absolutely crushing them.
8-0. Point.
It's beautiful use of the front shoulder on that two-handed backhand from Leigh. Very deceptive. When she turns and gets in that closed or semi-closed stance, she can really push that ball inside out or whip it cross court.
I mean, how did she even find this level here in game two? It's like she played really well in game one, and it's just not happy she gave up 7. What's Judit Castillo saying?
Timeout receiver, 10-0. Match point, 10-0. Point game.
That's wide, and Waters takes the second with a vengeance. On to the semifinal she goes. A pickle performance in game two. What else can you say?
That's it. You said it, Michelle. I have nothing to add after that. Must have been 7 or 8 minute game two. Just incredible play. Great dig from Judit Castillo.
The first player to punch her ticket into the semifinals tomorrow. Leigh Waters taking down Judit Castillo in 2.
Yeah, tough first game. Judit was up a couple points, but not for long. Too good by the #1 player in the world, Leigh Waters. Getting it done in pretty quick fashion. A little longer. Every day's getting a little bit longer. 15 minutes, 19 minutes, I think. Closer to 30 today.
Okay, all right, big jump. Welcome into the Pickleball Central desk. Leigh Waters, you're looking cozy right now. I know it's a little bit crazy weather, but I want to talk to you. That was a really tough first game you had there against Judit. She's an incredible mover. She's very strong, but it looked, at least on our end, it was pretty evident you were trying to go behind her because she's so quick laterally. Was that talked about before heading in?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've played her many times. I think she gets better every time I play her. Played her here at Nationals last year, so we definitely know each other's game, so it's pretty much just adapting. Sometimes in a match, too, certain things happen. Maybe her forehand's better than her backhand at a certain moment, so just figuring that out is super important. But, yeah, I was definitely trying to go behind her as much as possible.
Speaking of adapting and game plans, I saw game one you chose to start staying back a little bit more. How confident are you that, all right, if I'm coming in, I'm getting past, I can just stay all day back here? And how many game plans do you have going into any particular match?
Yeah, my mom has many game plans going into that. I'm pretty smart strategically, but she's the one who can enforce it and really get me to do it. So yeah, in that first game, I was playing very tight, and I was very upset with myself, so I called that early timeout at 4-2. I think that helped a lot. But Judit hits very spinny topspin balls, and the past 2 matches earlier in this tournament, the girls I played have hit very flat, hard shots. So it was kind of adapting. I was standing too far back and letting her balls drop to like lower, and then I was trying to hit up, and I wasn't moving into it. So it was a big thing. And the reason I felt like I was getting past is because my approach shots were super like, they were kind of like powder puffed right to her. So my mom was like, Annalie, if you're going to come in, you have to hit your approach shot. So I feel like in that second game, I was like, I'm just going to hit everything as hard as I can, and that's kind of what I did.
You're in the semis tomorrow, Caitlin Christian or Catherine Parenteau. Is that a match you're going to watch, discover something new? Obviously, you know both players so well.
Yeah, I mean, I actually really like both of those girls, so I will definitely be watching that match. I don't like seeing Catherine on my half. It's very weird. It's only happened a couple times.
That's what we've been talking about.
In my whole pickleball career, like I never play her like before the finals. So it's going to be really strange if I'm playing her tomorrow. It's going to feel like a championship.
Is there something in particular that you look for when you're watching a match to like dissect if they've added something new or if something works that maybe you haven't seen before?
Yes and no. I mean, I feel like I play them like every week, everybody every week. So I don't know from one week to the next if they could, you know, find a new shot. Maybe they can, but it's more like if I haven't played them in a while, then we'll go back and watch. But if I played Caitlin like last week, I'm not going to go watch her play again. But this match will be interesting to watch. I'll be watching this one just for the entertainment purpose.
I think so too. I'm thinking it might go 3.
Yeah.
We're going to take a look at some match highlights here. We touched a little bit on game 1, but maybe talk through some particulars too that you were also doing here against Judit.
I don't want to see much of game 1, but here we go. That side was also the tougher side because you were looking into the crowd, so that might have played a little bit.
Did the inside play differently than outside?
That for sure. My ball wasn't going near as hard as it was outside.
I could tell everything was shorter. On both ends.
So see there, I was actually coming in a little bit towards the second half of the game, and then coming into game 2, I was like, all right, just when you get the ball, go into it. And you can see my mom said my footwork was a lot better in the second game and that I was rotating a lot more. So she goes, Annalie, one day you're going to go back, watch this match, watch the first game, look at your footwork and how you're hitting your shots, and then watch the second and see how much more you're moving into the ball and really putting your weight into it. So I think that's also just settling into a match in that second game.
To get away from pickleball a little bit, I was on your Instagram, AL Eats and AL Eats 2.0. It's all over the spectrum, which is really like you have healthy stuff and then it's like maybe the most unhealthy stuff on the planet. How do you balance all of that, and have you found anything that you love this year in Dallas?
Well, if you know on Instagram, when you put the stories in, there's like 1 million in like the one little thing, but there were so many I had to create another one. That's why there's 2.0. And I maxed that out like a couple years ago, and I haven't made, I mean, my whole thing would be like 3, 4, 5, I'd have nothing for anything else. So I had to stop with the story posts on AL's Eats, but I should probably bring them back. I tend to, after a tournament, like Monday or something, whenever I'm done, I'll like have one day where I just eat whatever I want, and it's like, all right.
That's well deserved.
And then I'm pretty healthy on tournament days. I don't eat much junk food, and I've started to be even healthier. Like I used to eat like chicken parmesan and stuff like that on tournament days, but now I'm stay away from cheese and fried things. And
eating healthy, doing cool downs,
I know,
being a professional athlete. No,
it's getting more boring. It's not as fun anymore.
I'm sure you're keeping it pretty fun. I would love to see a Coach Leigh Waters fashion 2.0 page.
Oh
I would love to see that.
Yeah, you need that on your Instagram.
I know, I would love that, but I do want to talk about, I know she's on the court all the time. You guys live together, of course. Do you ever bring pickleball home, or do you guys keep it pretty separate?
Well, I mean, we used to play together.
I know, that's why I'm wondering.
If we could figure that out, this is much easier. Sometimes, like, if I'm not doing well in a match, I might, like, be a little mean to her, like, your fault, I'm losing. It's never my
You gotta
fault.
blame someone.
It's always her fault. No, I'm kidding. But since we haven't been playing together, we don't bring it home. We were actually good about it, too, when we played together, because even if we lost or if we won, actually, the toughest thing was playing against her. That we did bring home. I remember the first
Who would win
time
that argument?
I beat my mom in mixed doubles was not a good day. She wouldn't talk to me for like the rest of the day. She couldn't believe it. I was like 12 too, so it just didn't make sense.
She's like, you're on your own for dinner tonight.
No, literally,
you can't even drive.
My dad and I went and ate on our own. It was funny, but then she was like, all right, Annalie, you're getting good. Like, this is going to happen probably. But I think I then didn't beat her in mixed doubles for like many more years after that until I started playing with Ben. So thank you, Ben, for finally allowing me to beat my mom in mixed doubles.
Now she's #1 in the world and everything, so she can have all the dinner she wants. But thank you so much. Congratulations, moving on, and we'll let you get back so you can watch some more singles.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. We're going to get right back down to center court. We have men's singles up. Federico Staksrud.
Thanks, Cam. Sean McMahon.